How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. This is David Richard Arnold, Balance the Tribe, Body, Mind, and Spirit. So today's topic, shine your light into life. This was came up as a class. It's a class course I'm taking right now. Actually got a couple of them taken, but this was coming up in today's lesson. Part of it, as it's over an hour long. I've only gotten 20 minutes into it, but regardless. And I correlate this to Balance the Tribe as I do kind of with everything. And that is with your light, what is inside of you. A lot of times we have things that are throughout our own life from childhood that kind of push us down, realize we think we can't do certain things. But the idea is if you can shine your light into life, is shine that light into others. Excuse me, what can you do? And this does correlate with body, mind, spirit. To help someone else out. What can you do to encourage someone else? What can you do to help them, to encourage them, to teach them, whatever it is, and from a little kid that you have, whether it's your own child, niece, nephew, grandchild, all the way up to someone you just meet randomly on the street. With body, we can tell our bodies, even with Tony Robbins talking about emotions or energy in motion. And through his courses, he always talks about what's a way if you're sad, if you're down depressed, and if you were to do that now, if you were to think about it, if you were to go through the motions, if you were to act, if you were down and depressed, a lot of times your shoulders are going to hump forward, you're going to be tilted forward, you're going to be looking down, you're in a closed off position. What are you going to do if you're happy, you're sad? A lot of times you're proud. Shoulders back, you're up, you're breathing more oxygen, you're looking straight ahead. All that plays a factor. And then your mind, what type of thoughts are you thinking? This goes back to some of the videos I've already talked about before. Are you keeping positive thoughts in yourself? Now, it doesn't mean that negative things or quote unquote negative, bad things don't happen. Yes, they do, but it depends on how you choose to react to them. How you choose to react to yourself. With your mind, you have a choice. Now, there's also a difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is almost like a gut reaction, and a lot of times it's learned. Do you jump up and be negative? Do you automatically choose somebody else? Or can you take a pause, whether that's the old saying of counting from 10 down to 1, just to give yourself a chance to kind of breathe and think about it, and then choose to respond to a situation? What can you do with your mind? What do you do with the situations around you? And then with spirit, well, you have personal spirituality, the connection you have for yourself, communal spirituality, community, the connection to those around you, and environmental spirituality, those two around the environment that you, literally physical environment, the natural environment there, as well as if you believe in a higher power. Now, how all these tie in together, at least anything with Balance the Tribe, these are almost, this is my viewpoint. This is how I view things, and that's how I share and teach them. Is we'll give you, shine your light. What is it, again, you can do for someone else? If you see someone, again, whether it's someone you know or someone down the street, and they're kind of hunched over, you might be that they're kind of in a down mood. Same thing with yourself. If you realize that, if you're down, what's your body position? Simply by changing your body position, that affects you. With the mind, what are you thinking? What can you say to someone else to encourage them? And another aspect, which I was reminded about this on the teaching, was we don't always know how our words are going to affect somebody. I mentioned this in one of the previous videos about how certain things I did when I was teaching classes, it wasn't intentional, it wasn't intent to be malevolent, but that was the result at times. There was some times that it bothered somebody, it hurt somebody, that was the intention. And this was the teaching today, is in general, we don't think people a lot of times are malicious. They're not meant to do harm, but yet sometimes that's how the words can be interpreted. And we don't always have control of that. We don't have control how someone interprets our meaning. So it's something to be wary of. Same thing with our actions. It's to be wary of that. Be aware of the body. Take some time to consider what you think before you say it. That's sometimes, that's why you hear the saying, sometimes light moves faster than sound, because someone looks pretty good till they open their mouth. And then spirit, what can you do to gather yourself? What can you do to connect with yourself? What can you do to connect with those around you? What can you do to connect with the environment and a higher power? Do all those to say, bring who you are. Your body, your mind, and your spirit, the essence of who you are, and then love underlines the whole Balance the Tribe. What can you do to bring the essence of who you are? Even if it's quote-unquote not that great. A lot of times we don't always think we're our own worst critic. Bring what you have. Bring the positivity, what you can, and bring it out to shine onto someone else. Share into them. Bring them up. And simply could be saying hello or have a good day to someone on the street. It could be the cashier that might be having a bad day, that you don't know that by simply saying hello, have a wonderful day, enjoy yourself, something like that one there, could be enough to boost them up. We don't always get to see it, but sometimes with little kids, you can talk about it, encourage them, say, hey, you're great, you're wonderful, and you start watching the smile increase in their face, and now it gets big. We might not necessarily see that with adults as much, but with children we can. With adults, it might be more so on the inside. But regardless, today, who is it that you can encourage? Who is it you can shine your light into life? And by that, I mean life out there, life into someone else. What can you do? Let me know in the comments how you've done that or how someone has supported you. What can you do today or have done or that you've already done today where you did shine the light onto someone else's life and it brought them up somehow? Or did someone do it to you? All right. Take care. We'll catch you next time and bounce into you. Bye-bye.